Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. So in today's video I'm just sitting down and getting ready for a day of filming. I have a few other videos that I'm wanting to film today, so I just needed to get some makeup on my face and I needed to do it fairly quickly. So I'm using a few new products, a few older products, trying out some new techniques, trying out a few new products. So if you want to see all the products that I'm wearing today and how I created this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start with the base. I'm using a few new products and a few not so new products. Some of these I've tried a couple of times and I'm still getting the hang of. Some of these are completely brand spanking new, and I think I have a few here that are like fan favourites. So I'm going to just start with the base. We're going to just dive straight on in. I'm using the Essence Hydro Hero Primer. I'm going to just put a little bit of this sort of down the centre of my face. I mentioned in a video recently that I had been suffering a little with my skin around my nose, and I had like, not a cold, not a full-blown cold, but I had a day where I just could not stop sneezing, and that was like a week ago, and still like the skin around my nose is still so sore and so like scabby looking. I know it's not cute, I'm sorry, but I need all of the hydration in like the skin around like the end of my nose. It's so not cute, but I'm trying to just add in all of the extra hydration that I can. I even just tried to use, as I was like doing my skincare and everything, I tried to use my glycolic acid toner like across the nose just to try and like chemically burn off all of the scabby dry skin, and it burnt so badly. Like, it was too soon. It was too soon. My skin was not ready for that. I just need to add in the hydration, and this is a really great hydrating primer. So smooth that all over, and then I'm going in with my all-time favourite foundation at the minute. This has overtaken even the IRL filter. It's so good and I can't stop using it. So this is the Sleek In Your Tone 24-hour foundation, and I wear this in the shade 2N. And I'm going to do the trick that I do with the Polyglutamic acid from the Inkey list. I'm going to mix in 1 pump of that, and then I will blend it out with a sponge. And I feel like, other than the like dry horribleness that I've got going on my nose, I feel like my skin is in a pretty good place at the minute. The Beauty Bay skincare has honestly been making the biggest difference to my skin. Like, it's never felt so calm and so like hydrated. Genuinely one of the best purchases I've made so far this year, trying out that skincare. It's absolutely fantastic. So I'm just going to take whatever I've got left on the back of my hand and blend this foundation out with the sponge. So for concealer, a new find that has quickly made its way into like my top 3 concealers is the 17 Second Skin Enhancing Concealer. I have used this on a number of occasions. I've used this in a number of videos already. It's absolutely fantastic. Every single time I use this concealer, I love it more than the time before. I do think I want to maybe pick up the next shade up. So this is, I have absolutely no idea. That's how much I've used it. All of the writing has rubbed off. I think this was 2. I would maybe consider getting the next darkest shade because it is very light, very brightening, but absolutely love this concealer. I've mentioned it, like I say, in a number of videos. I did a whole first impression video trying this out for the very first time on camera, but since then, since I've been using it more, I've loved it more and more every time I use it. It's absolutely fantastic. And you know what else I love as well, and this is like completely, like largely irrelevant. I love trying out new products. Blanket statement there, I love trying out new products, but I love trying out new things and then finding things that are my favourite that I hear nobody else talking about online. I'm like, is it just me that loves this concealer, that's absolutely obsessed with this concealer and also this foundation? Like, I know this foundation has only just launched, but oh my goodness, I've heard nobody talking about it. Like Sleek, I feel just flies under the radar. Like everybody's heard of them, but nobody's really tried them, or like nobody really like cares about them. Poor Sleek. Okay, so for bronzer, this is another one that I've tested out on camera, and the more I use it, the more I like it. So this is the Revolution Pro Goddess Glow Cream Contour and Bronze. This is in the light shade, the very obvious Charlotte Tilbury dupe. I don't think that this has any sort of contouring properties. I like this as a bronzer. I don't think, if you're wanting to pick this up as like a contouring wand, I think you'd be a little bit disappointed. But for a bronzer, the colour, if you're my sort of skin tone, like incredibly fair, the colour is so nice for a bronzer. Don't be thinking that this is a contour though. And I have found actually that using this with a sponge rather than a brush works better. I don't know what the science behind that is. I don't know if there is a rhyme or a reason for that, but I just find that it blends it out easier. The colour sort of disperses a little bit more. It looks more natural and the colour just works better blended out with a sponge rather than with a brush. And I am normally the biggest fan of using a brush for like cream contour, cream bronzer, etc. But for this, use a sponge. I'm still not like 1000% sold on it. I still wish the colour was a little bit different. I feel like it's very yellow, like yellowy greeny looking. I do still think that, but I really like it. For blush, I'm going to go in with a cream blush and a new powder that I picked up. So I'm going to just dip in a little bit of the cream blush from this duo, which is the XX Revolution XX Glow Sculptor in Forgive and Forget. So I'm going to just go in with the blush shade. I don't feel like I need any more bronzer on, so I'm going to use a Real Techniques Expert face brush. I'm just going to dip into a little bit of that and tap it on over the cheeks. And then I'm just going to dust over the face really lightly with a powder. So this is the Revolution 2-in-1 loose pressed powder. I'm just going to go in with the pressed one because it's easier. I'm just going to swirl in a big brush in there and tap over everything really lightly, just to set all of those creams and everything in place, but I don't want anything too dry looking. And then the second blush that I'm using, this still has all of the like seals and everything on. This is the e.l.f. Bitesize Face Duo in the shade Pomegranate, and this is a much deeper shade, much deeper than what I would normally go for. However, I have the shade Guava in this, which is lighter. It's much of a brighter pink, and I have been absolutely thoroughly obsessed with mixing the two colours together to create like a glowy blush. So I wanted to pick up more of the shades, however I can't find them online anywhere. I don't know if they're popular at the minute so they're sold out in places, or if these are being discontinued. I hope it's the first one. I hope other people are using these because they're fantastic. I really hope that they're not getting rid of them. So I'm going in with a Real Techniques blush brush, and I just swirl into both shades, really load it up on my brush. I'll tap off and then very lightly just tap over the skin. And those two mixed together, can you see how beautiful and glowy and blushy it makes the skin? But it makes it just look like that blushy glowiness is coming through your foundation rather than it being a blush that's on the top, if that makes sense. Like, it looks so natural, and the highlighter mixed in with the blush, I'm just obsessed with. Honestly, I want every single shade of these because they're absolutely fantastic. And I'm sure that this little thing, I'm sure that this was like £3 or something like that. So affordable, absolutely fantastic. Then I do also have a new highlighter, and I've had this for a while. I've just never I wanted to save it to use it for a video, and I've just never gotten around to it. So this is the Essence The Highlighter in the shade 01 Mesmerizing. I've heard incredible things about Essence highlighters. Let me swatch this. Wow, that is soft and intense. Okay, yeah, I think this might just be my new favourite highlighter, but let's try it on the skin. So I'm using a Real Techniques setting brush, which I just find is the perfect size for really pinpointing right here. Yeah, that is a good highlighter. Wow. Obviously my skin was already looking glowy from that blush, but that has just, you know, the glazed cherry on top of the glazed cake, if you will. I'm going to just put a little bit down the centre of my nose, on the Cupid's bow, above the brows, drown myself in it. I just love highlight. I can't lie to you. I just like the glow, and that is beautiful. Yeah, new favourite. I don't have anything new for brows, so I'm just going to go in with this one here. This is the Wet n Wild Retractable Brow Pencil in medium brown. So I'll be right back once I've got some brows on my head. Okay, so that's the brows on. I did also, of course, use the e.l.f. Wow Brow in brunette. And for the eyes, I have a brand new product. Not only is this a brand new product, but I've never tried anything like this before. So this is going to be a complete jumping in at the deep end, completely blind. I have absolutely no idea what to expect. So this is the Glisten Cosmetics Wet Liner. I've never ever used a product like this before, and I have no idea what to expect. So this is the shade Bloody Mary, and this is like purple, but then when it catches the light it has like an orange reflect to it. I don't know how well you'll be able to see. Like, can you see when I show the side of the packaging there? I don't know, but I am so excited by this that I am terrified to use it. I honestly have no idea how I'm even meant to use this. Does this have instructions in it? This looks like it should have a little like peely thing on it to be like, this is how you use it, Millie, and don't be scared, but I think I've just wrecked my packaging now because that is not coming up. So I think what I'm going to do is just go in with a little bit of a powder first. So I'm going to use the I Heart Revolution Mini Chocolate Shadow Palette in White Vanilla Cream, and I'm going to just dip into this shade, which is matte, and I'm just going to run a little bit of that over the eyelids just so that there's a little something there before I go in with the liquid wet liner thing. Am I stalling? Possibly. Okay, so I've just looked up the directions on the Beauty Bay website. Open the lid, add a small amount of water to the lid, dip your brush into the water, not too much, and then swirl the brush into the pigment and watch the colour pay off. So I need water. Be right back. Okay, so I've got a little drop of water in my lid there. I cannot lie to you, I am scared because I don't know what to expect. Like, I can touch this, I can probably dig my finger into this and nothing comes off. I mean, I had highlight on that finger. That was a bad example, but nothing comes off, no colour comes out. This is completely dry. And then I've seen people online use these and it's absolutely incredible. I will take this moment to remind you, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. At any given moment, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing or what is going to happen when I do whatever it is that I'm doing. I am just here making mistakes all the time. So let's see how this goes, because this is really pretty. I am very excited. I'm just also very, very scared. So I've got a little bit of water on there. Swirl it into here. Nothing's happening yet. How long do I need to swirl this in for? I can see it's sort of getting a little thicker. I'm guessing you don't want it too watery, like it does sort of still need to be the sort of consistency of a liquid liner. Okay, that's sort of liquidizing a little bit now. Let me paint this on the back of my hand first. Okay, yeah, that colour is incredible. So it's like purple and then orange. Yeah, that is beautiful. Right, let me I'm all over the place. Right, let me just try and do the first side first. Be right back. Okay, so first point, that does take a little bit of getting used to, as I suspected it would. I'm trying to like not open my eye too much so that it doesn't like imprint. The colour is incredible. I feel like I got better at doing that as I was finishing this eye, so I'm not gonna like talk you through how I did that because I'm still figuring it out. The colour is incredible. It's very easy to use actually once you like get the consistency that you need. I feel like I started off with that too thick. It does want to be quite liquidy, but also like you want to work your brush in quite a bit so that you get a lot of the pigment like worked into the water. You do need to like keep dipping back into your water to moisten the pigment, but that was not as scary as I was expecting it to be. So now the terrifying part is trying to do the same shape on the other side. So again, I will be right back once I've done that. Okay, so they're not completely equal, but that will absolutely do. I'm going to just tip that water onto a bit of paper before I spill that everywhere. Yeah, that was easy enough to do. I love the colour. Like, I've been looking for a purple that's this sort of rich plummy undertone. I've been looking for one like this for the longest time. I'm so excited to have this one. I think that this would make a really nice sort of graphic eye really easily actually. I can't do that today because I want to film some other videos, but very excited to keep playing with that. I think that this is such a beautiful colour and not as scary as I had originally thought. I have a new mascara and I have seen this online. So many people are raving about this at the minute. This is the Collection Lash Surge False Lash Effect Mascara. It still has all of the plastic on it that I can't find the end to, and I also don't know where my scissors are, so I will just rip that straight down the middle. Still got all of the plastic seal and everything on it. Let's see. That is a nice looking brush. That's like a natural bristle, not too long. Yeah, that looks like it will be quite sort of volumizing? Question mark? Let's see. Okay, this mascara is beautiful. This is just the right amount of clumpy, but not too clumpy. It's thickening, it's volumizing, it's lengthening, but it's really easy to use, really easy to layer. This is 2 layers on the top and 1 layer on the bottom. I absolutely love that. Wow, what a win. No wonder I've been seeing people talking about this online. That is a fantastic mascara. And I can't remember how much I paid for this, but it's Collection, so I won't have paid very much at all. What a win. I feel like my eye makeup today has gone so much better than I expected it to. I was definitely expecting at least one of these products to let me down, but both of these are absolutely beautiful. I'm going to just tap a little bit of a highlight in the inner corner of my eyes just because it's me and we know I like doing that. So taking a small brush into that white shade out of the I Heart Revolution palette, just tapping a tiny bit of that because it is very intense. Tiny little bit of that right on the inner corner, like so. And then lastly for the lips, I did a whole testing Wet n Wild makeup video and I can't remember which lipstick I used, but I think it was the other one, so I wanted to use this one today. This is the What Are You Mega Last Matte lipstick in the shade Skinny Dipping, and it's a nude, and it's a beautiful, beautiful nude. So let me try this by itself. I do also have my trusty lip liner right here, should I need it. Okay, super creamy, super pigmented. That is much more of a cooler undertone than what I'm used to, but I do really, really like that. I feel, however, it will be made a little bit better with a lip liner. So going in with the Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in Rosy Nude. You would think I would remember that, considering I use this every single day, but no. Yes, that's definitely made a little bit more sort of wearable on my skin tone with just a little touch of lip liner. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of that cream blush. I feel like I just need something a little bit brighter on the cheeks. No, I feel like I just needed a little bit more pink in the cheeks now that everything else was done. So this is the finished look. Let me know what you think down below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If there's any other new products that you think I need to try out, then do let me know. I am always in the market for new products. I am always testing out new things here on my channel. If you want to see that, you can subscribe down below. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.